So I told you guys that interior was next, and a bunch of packages from NRG showed up a few days ago, and I can finally show you guys. I'm sitting in them right now. These are the NRG Prisma seats in pink. I love them, and look at this. You had to have known I was gonna pick these seats because look at the back. Look at all of this slate. So much rainbow slate. This is just as crazy as like the flake that I used on my engine bay. I love them. And of course I have to have pink seats for my Barbie car. Like, obviously. I decided to do something a little bit different. So for my seat, I ended up getting a size medium. And then for the passenger, I actually got a size large. It just seemed like a good idea. I feel like the passenger could be more like chillin' in a lazy boy, and the size could be bigger since I'm normally gonna be the one driving anyway. I don't know if it's that obvious on camera, but that is why the seats look slightly different. Again, this is a medium and this is a size large. If you look at the Prisma logo here, I would say my car is like that exact color. So that pink right there is the color of my car. I think they have in the Prisma line 2 other colors. There was a blue and a purple, but obviously the pink was for me. I can finally put them in the Z. Honestly, this seat has been kind of killing me, especially on the track days. And I know a lot of you guys keep pointing it out that I'm like flying everywhere, or I don't have belts, and like the hydro placement is weird. And I get that. I haven't just set up the car for myself yet, and I didn't want to move the hydro before I got the new seats in because everything might be touching or not touching. I just need to see where I'm gonna end up being. All those things. So now I can finally start to dial in like driver fitment and where I'm gonna be, and like figuring out where I'm comfortable, because it's been a blast driving. In stock seats, it's obviously gonna be way harder to feel everything and all the feedback from the car. Super stoked to get these in and really start to dial in and know where I'm sitting and go from there. That is not all. That is not all the packages that I got from NRG. This is what we're gonna start with, but I also got the wheel in and some harnesses, which I'm sure you guys can guess of the color. So I'm gonna open those up really quick and show you. For the Barbie car, you know, we're gonna have that pink on pink combo. I love these. These are so bright. I'm not sure if you can tell on camera. It looks a little like orangish red on camera, but this is like a bright neon pink. So I am loving this. I just want all of the shades of pink in my car. So now I'm gonna open up the wheel. Okay, I'm obsessed with this wheel. We customized this wheel. I actually didn't know if they were gonna have time to do that, so it was definitely a surprise that they did, but they customized it with some of my House of Pre brand elements. In the center it says "Skill Before Swagger," and my number, which is 77. I love this wheel. It feels really good. This wheel is so pretty though, for real. I think it's gonna look so good in the car. "Skill Before Swagger" is Tensen, and that's the Japanese translation, which I think is sick to have on the wheel. That is my number. But they also sent me the brackets for everything and sliders. I got the sliders as well from NRG because no one can ever drive my car if it's actually just fitted only for me, so that would be kind of a pain. I actually already took out the seats last night, so the stock ones are out. actually a few days later. The morning I was shooting the beginning of this video, we actually decided to go to the track for my first day ever drifting in the rain. So we had so much fun. I just did not have enough time to install the seats, so I ended up throwing the stock ones back in. Here they are. I took them out, I put them back in, and now I'm for real gonna take them out and install the seats. But it's in the same video for you guys, so you won't even know. But one thing I did make sure I installed before I hit the track was my new wheel. I was so excited about it, and it took like a few minutes to install, but I am obsessed. I love this wheel so much, and it feels so good, and it looks cool, and it just makes me want to send it. I feel like that's what you go for in a wheel, right? That is already installed, and now I'm gonna get the seats in. Wait, can I say that this might possibly be the most color that's ever been at this shop at one time? Okay, I got everything out again. Hopefully I will never be putting the stock seats back in here again. I'm not gonna lie, I started putting the slider on, and then Adam came in the room and he was like, just stop. Just stop what you're doing. It's all wrong. Which I've only ever installed one other slider, and I was kind of just winging it and going for it, but you have experience. So he came in and he made me take the time to go in the car, make sure it fits, find where you want to be and all that, and I'm glad he did. And then he did the first one. Yay!
She held a knife at my head.
Did not.
She's not.
You know what? You say you hate this stuff, like installing seats. Secretly, I think you love it, because you always say, oh, I hate this, and then you end up doing it, and then you're like, oh, I hate wiring, and then literally, like every other day, you're trying to rewire a radio or something.
I hate it so much because I've done all the mistakes, and I've lived what you were about to live. She was assembling the seat, like getting everything all tight down. Had no idea if it was the right incline, if she was too far to the right, too far to the left, if it was far forward enough. But then it got to the point where I could see that she wasn't going to be happy, so I took over.
Took
it's
over.
Been rough. We had to crank up the natter days. That's how rough it's been.
Yeah, it looks really legit, so I'm happy about it now. I've just been trying to get these seats in here for so long that I was just trying to get it done, but you're right, it's good we did it the right way. For someone else that doesn't install sliders all the time, what is like the best order of things?
So if you have a bottom mount, like a bracket that's connected like this makes life way easier. If they're side mount brackets, oh, you're gonna have a miserable time. Just don't even bother. Just have someone else do it. So with this, it's easier to start from the bottom and build upward. We put the brackets on your seat where we roughly knew where it was gonna be, and then from here we were able to kind of bolt these down, and it's easier to make sure they're square here, because if the sliders aren't perfectly parallel, they get mad and they bind because they...
Oh, that was another thing. Yeah, I was just like YOLOing it and tightening it, and then you actually like took out a ruler and made sure.
The problem is with seats, they're not parallel, like the sides of the seats. Usually seats like slightly bow outward for your legs, so if you tighten the sliders down, the sliders are going to be like this, and then they won't slide forward or back. So we're building from the top up, and then those have a lot of holes for adjustment. So as you saw before, we were able to just kind of stuff it in there.
Yeah. Good job. Oh, also, I don't think I showed these earlier. I got the brackets and everything from NRG. So this is one specifically for a 350Z that I have, so it makes everything super easy. Okay, so build from the bottom up. Sweet. That's good advice. And make sure these are even.
I'm done. I quit.
You did good though.
Yeah, she like freaked out at me, started.
Oh, lies,
I'm out
lies.
there
No.
working on- she's throwing apples at me.
I'm not.
Bushels of apples.
No, I'm not. No.
I'm gonna let you struggle with this one,
Wow.
and then I'm gonna go move your handbrake.
Okay.
This is gonna need to be moved a little bit. I'm just gonna do it for you.
Oh my gosh, I didn't do it.
Wait, did I put this one in backwards? No, I didn't. Actually.
I hope you did.
No, I didn't.
I wish you did.
Did I put this part on backwards? No, I didn't.
Did you?
Nope. No. I'm literally perfect.
Darn it.
Zero mistakes in life.
This one's the important one. It's the driver one, and it looks good. We're gonna go test it.
This one's the important one because this is where I sit.
No, it's not the important one. I'm just throwing that one in.
You said you needed to film doing this, so technically you're filming doing it.
That's true. I'm gonna at least try to pay attention and then look like I'm doing stuff in the background of the time lapse.
I'm gonna try to look like I'm paying attention. Which car YouTuber did you get that from?
I should edit you completely out of this and be like, yo,
No,
I just installed my seats,
no.
bro.
The YouTuber thing is to say we when you like really did nothing.
Okay.
Like, yeah, we just put this sick new turbo in my car, picks it up from the shop. That's not a dig at any particular YouTuber, by the way. I mean, I do the same thing. But I say we because I have my own team on payroll, so it's a little different, I guess.
For this video though, I'm just gonna say that I did it.
Installing my new seats in my car.
In a time lapse, this would look like I was doing something though.
Yikes.
And that's further out. Oh my god, it looks like I'm doing something. You think someone can zoom in? See, look, I am doing something. This is the hardest part, guys. Get out of my time lapse!
What do you mean?
Okay, both seats are done, so we're gonna fit them in the car now, and hopefully that's easy. The only tricky part about the driver's side again is where the handbrake is. Already with the stock seats, like the handbrake was cutting into them. So we measured ahead of time and put the bracket with the seat in there, so we knew we had to have the seat as far over to the left as was comfortably possible. So easy.
That's great.
Yeah, no, this is literally amazing. And look, I have half an inch off of the handbrake. You guys, I'm obsessed. I love it. This seat is so comfy. I love it. It's soft. It fits great. It actually like holds me in, which I'm just used to seats being like super oversized and big on me. I love it. And Adam already relocated the hydro. He moved it just a little more to the inside because on the stock seat, it was already rubbing a massive hole in it. So I was nervous about putting these seats in, but guess what? We got like half an inch of clearance here. Like this is amazing. Oh, and the sliders, look at this. Money. Sliders work amazing. And I'm finally clearing this hydro. So extra. I seriously love it. Already, like without adding padding or anything, this seat fits me super well, and like we're clearing things now. It's comfortable. I feel held in. I don't even have the harnesses in here yet, so I'm excited. This was the seat I was worried about the most, just because fitting me as a driver is always an issue, but luckily Adam's done this a ton, so we got it. So I'm gonna throw in the passenger seat and then we should be done.
Like, what's the golden angle?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
You've been doing this longer, you tell me. This is karma. My tea officially looks like your chaser tea now.
Find yourself a girl that looks at you like she looks at that key.
Why? That was sad.
Exactly.
Wow.
She's been driving around with one headlight out, refuses to fix it, but will put on bash bars and seats, paint her car, but won't fix a headlight.
Oh my god! Gosh, dramatic. I've been waiting for this moment for a long time now, I feel like. Stock seats out. Oh my god, you're gonna hit me! Okay, bye. Yes, it is another day. I know this video is probably taken 3 days, and that's a little sad, but stuff keeps coming up. It's all gonna be in one video, so it's all the same to you guys. And once this video is posted, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be caught up in terms of videos, which means there's not gonna be any more spoilers, at least not as bad as they were before. So I've been getting caught up on videos, and yeah, hopefully when this one comes out, I'm gonna be fully caught up. But I'm on the last part of the NRG interior pieces that I've been installing, and that means I'm putting in the belts today. So we already have, you might have noticed, this harness bar back here. This bar is actually from Enjuku Racing and fits so perfectly and looks good, and since it's powder coated the same as my bash bars, it brings some of that color back here. So that makes all this really easy. It's the same one that Adam has in his car. He recommended it, and I'm really glad that I got it. It just bolts up right in OEM mount point, so super easy install, and it looks great. So there we go. We are set with the bar, and now I'm gonna be putting in my pink, of course, harnesses into the car to finish off this interior install. I've been driving the car lately just using the stock belt, which is pretty convenient when you're just rushing. The mounts actually had a place for you to bolt up the stock seat belt, so that worked out. I want to make this more of a race car now, so we're gonna get the harnesses in. I'm gonna pull the Z into the shop and get working on that right now. The ends of these are like this. So I'm gonna see if I can use the back two bolts that bolt into the actual car that the seat bracket uses. If I can squeeze these in there and there's still enough thread that grabs and then it's safe for the side belts. And then obviously the two top ones use the bar, and there is a fifth belt. So I'm gonna see if I wanna put this on now or later, but hopefully we can use the bolt points for the seat bracket. That will make this so easy. Oh my gosh, this is gonna work. Oh, this is so much easier. I love that these belts come with the bottoms like that. Works perfectly with the stock bolts for the seat brackets, for the side belts. So I'm gonna do that on the other side as well, and then start taking a look at if I wanna install the 5-point today, which I think I do. If I can get a drill right there to just drill a hole for the fifth belt, then I'll go ahead and throw that one in as well. I did decide to install the fifth belt just because I'm here, why not? I kept trying all these bits and it just wasn't working. They were too dull, so Adam came over here and drilled this with his fancy bits that I did not want to break. But we have a hole, so now I can install the 5th belt. It has the same bottom piece that all the other ones have, so I'm just going to throw a bolt in there, feed it through here, and we should be good. Love having the 5th belt because I feel like I just over time end up just sliding out, so I know I'm gonna be happy that I did this later on. Now I gotta tackle the shoulder belts. I need to look up a video on YouTube of how to tie these. Always forget because I don't do it that often, but there's tons of videos online if you guys ever need to do this yourself. Now Adam helped me make sure that my shoulder harnesses were fitted correctly because obviously he has a lot more experience installing these than I do because he has a lot more cars than me. So we got the shoulder belts all fitted on the driver's side and then everything installed on the passenger as well. You will notice that there is not the 5th belt in this one. I often find that, like, for me it's more of comfortability when driving because I like all my belts really tight and I don't want to like start slipping under. So I like the 5th belt, and usually with the passenger it's kind of annoying because they're not used to it or it takes them longer to get set up, and most of the time there will not be a passenger here. So decided to not do that, at least for now, in the passenger seat. We're actually going to be going back to the compound. I feel like I'm going to be a lot more confident just having these seats in, proper harness, and be able to feel a lot more from the car, and my entire vision of just my Barbie car is coming together. I couldn't be more excited and loving it more. So shout out again to NRG. I love this stuff and I cannot wait to get on track now. And another shout out to Enjuku Racing for the harness bar. Really recommend a proper harness bar if you're going to be running bucket seats with harnesses. And this one just installs super easy to all the stock mounting points, and you can have it colored to match your bash bars like mine. So that is it for this video. The interior for my Barbie 350Z is finally starting to come together. I think next I might do headliner maybe and like A-pillars in terms of like interior stuff next. Let me know what you think in the comments below of how the interior is coming together and maybe any wild ideas that you guys have. I will see you guys in the next video.